Hi everyone, my name is Jay Lee. On behalf of my co-authors, I would like to present our CHI2024 paper entitled User Experience Design Professionals' Perceptions of Generative Artificial Intelligence. In the past 2 years, almost every one of us has started to use Gen AI tools for work or for fun. Tons of images and even comics are generated by simply typing in a prompt. As you see here, a gathering of middle-aged dinosaurs sipping coffee and contemplating the meaning of life. With this kind of prompts, Gen AI tools such as Midjourney often return jaw-dropping outputs that you cannot resist saying, "This is amazing." While this advancement is exciting, it also raises a lot of concerns, especially among content creators and artists. UX designers, journalists, and many other professions are forced to face workflow changes, copyright infringement, and job security concerns due to this AI advancement. Many of these content creators, such as UX designers, feel that AI simply takes away their work without consent and trains the models behind in black boxes. They feel powerless and left out in this massive AI development game. To address these challenges and make good use of Gen AI in supporting UX designers, we aim to gain an overview of current UX design practices. This overview serves as a contextual understanding and as a baseline against which the impact of Gen AI tools can be assessed. In addition, we want to understand what potential opportunities and risks of human-AI collaboration are envisioned by UX designers, their concerns and fears, and how their fears can be warranted. We interviewed 20 UX designers located in the US and Europe. They are from 15 different companies, including those well-known big tech, enterprise companies, and smaller companies like startups. All of them have experience with using some Gen AI tools at the time of the interview. The interview lasted about 60 minutes for each of the participants. We focused on discussing their attitudes, concerns, and expectations of Gen AI development and probed them with a list of Gen AI demo videos to help them envision Gen AI's potential roles in human-AI collaboration. The Gen AI video demos include the latest versions of popular Gen AI tools on the market at the time of the interview. The video demos focus on how these Gen AI tools can be potentially used in UX design activities, such as crafting interfaces and organizing ideation workshop notes. We analyzed the data following a deductive-inductive hybrid thematic analysis approach. Details of the analysis procedure can be found in our paper. The analysis resulted in 6 main themes, with several sub-themes under each main theme. I'm going to briefly walk you through the highlights of these themes. Fictional design handoff to development teams, fragmented design tools, and a lack of advanced design support are the 3 main UX tool limitations mentioned by UX designers. They wish for easier ways to transfer design work to developers. If possible, they would like to directly export Figma prototypes in the format of front-end code to save the explanation time to the development team. They also want a more integrated tool, or at least multiple tools that are compatible with each other. Additionally, they wish for more intelligent tools that can automatically do responsive design, meaning adapting designs from PC screens to mobile screens. Typical UX design challenges include constantly needing to demonstrate the value of UX to stakeholders and argue for buy-ins. Finding a balance in considering innovative design, stakeholder expectations, and user needs. Sometimes, understanding end users means that they have to step into completely new fields like medical, automotive, or fintech. For their attitudes toward Gen AI, it is not all positive. They stressed the importance of human oversight in decision-making and were worried about Gen AI making them gradually lose the designer's superpower of filling in the blank canvas. They also find the prompt-based interaction unintuitive. They often spend more time tweaking the prompts than designing interfaces themselves. When we talk about the possible future of human-AI collaboration, UX designers stressed that they want to be sitting in the driver's seat for deciding which part of the work can be supported by AI and which part can only be touched by humans. For example, they don't want the work enjoyed by humans to be done by AI. UX designers also value a lot the collaborations and ideation sessions with design peers. They believe that the ideas, experiences, and knowledge brought to the table by design colleagues do not need to be flawless, but often spark a lot of creative discussions, and originality often comes out from these discussions. They cannot imagine AI that is trained on past data can replace this kind of human-human communication and collaboration. Another main theme is all about ethics and ownership. UX designers agree that we need to keep the ownership traceable and make it transparent how the AI output is generated based on human original work. They shared their worries of being undervalued and becoming generalists who spend time training themselves as prompt engineers rather than as creative workers. In addition to data security and biases, they also mentioned that developing countries may not have the same accessibility to Gen AI tools and may not have control over AI development. When speaking of the future, UX designers wish Gen AI tools could augment the understanding of end users by capturing possibly overlooked nuances in user data. They also feel the urgency for AI literacy, upskilling themselves to start switching from thinking of designs on screens only to multimodal designs that fit into future AI systems. They wish for smarter support from Gen AI tools to guide them in better accessibility design, more efficient and accurate qualitative data analysis, and converting designs to codes with one click. Last but not least, they wish for standard metrics to help humans not drown in massive AI outputs and be able to validate and select effective AI outputs responsibly. In summary, based on the comments from the 20 UX designers, we placed what Gen AI can and cannot do in this table. If we just look at the keywords, it is not difficult to see. UX designers recognize Gen AI's potential in aiding basic, repetitive, and summative types of work. Gen AI can recognize things based on known data. But UX designers don't believe that Gen AI can replace the originality that comes from the spark for discussion in human-human collaborations. It cannot replace humans' abstract and systematic reasoning and empathy toward users. They stress that humans should neither allow Gen AI to completely replace real users in user studies, nor make final decisions without human oversight. To conclude, we would like to point out a few interesting discussion points. UX designers don't like the term replacement. They are proud of human designers' originality, although some design work can be repetitive, like creating wireframes and UI components. But they are trained to become senior designers through these repetitive tasks, and they still enjoy doing them. They don't want AI to take away that joy and job satisfaction. As we summarized here, Gen AI is good at interpolating because it makes predictions within a known data range. That's why we start to get fed up with the overly homogenized AI outputs. For instance, Mid-Journey pictures all have a kind of mysterious fantasy glow, and we get bored of it quickly. But humans are good at extrapolating. We predict beyond the known data range, which is where our creativity and originality stand. Our children are good examples, like my daughter, who is exposed to much less language data compared to large language models. Yet, she can learn 3 languages effortlessly. However, this push to constantly innovate, to keep up with AI speed, can make us exhausted. UX designers and we believe more professions need to be recognized as important contributors to responsible AI development. We need to stop taking away human work for AI training without crediting the original creators. And we also need to credit AI's support when we use it as part of our work. There is still a long way to go to make sure all these fears and concerns raised by UX designers are warranted. I would like to point all of you to pay close attention to AI regulations and code of conduct when we are using Gen AI tools. EU AI Act is one of the first international regulations that introduce a risk-based approach to categorize potential AI developments. It lists out prohibited AI development, including social scoring, manipulation, and other types of AI services, can be deployed for use only under conformity assessment. Can we really keep AI under control? I would like to conclude my talk with this quote from AI Now. The development, outcomes, and impact of AI are not predetermined or fixed. It is subject to changes based on human decisions, policy regulations, and ethical considerations. AI's path is not set in stone and can be shaped by our actions and choices. Thank you for listening to my talk. I wish you a nice day.